All right, today for our media availability for the Knighthawks ahead of our game against the Philadelphia Wings, we have head coach Mike Hasen and forward Thomas McConvey coming off of the 15-7 win over the San Diego Seals. We'll start with questions for either of them. Just put your hand up and I will go in order, but we'll start it out with Ripper. Take it away with any questions that you've got.
Thomas, obviously last year you had a breakout season. This year you seem to have picked up where you left off. Um, it's a dynamic offense, right? You add a person like Zed Williams now to that offense. How much fun are you having out there? I saw that you look pretty giddy when you and Connor Fields hooked up for that one goal in the first half.
Yeah, yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Training camp was long, but it was a good training camp. I think, like you said, we brought back a lot of the pieces that we've had over the last 2 years, and then bringing in Zed, a world-class player and a champion in this league. So that just adds to that. So, yeah, the chemistry's been there all throughout camp and going back the last couple of years. We just kind of built on that, and we got off to a good start. And I think we can continue to build and continue to get better throughout the year.
Hazer, one question for you. I mean, Rylan Hartley, I mean, last year he comes in at the end of the year, helps the team make the playoffs. Game one, he has a career night. Is that the Rylan Hartley that everyone has been expecting? As a guy that can steal games like that and make 59 plus saves?
Short answer is probably yes. But you know what? Yeah, we've been waiting for this for a while. But like I say, I think all the pieces are together to help him, um, you know, perform that way as well. And that's the biggest thing that we kind of challenged him leading into this training camp is that he's going to have to earn every single start he gets. We've historically gave him the keys to the ship, and one thing or another. It's just like I say, we're at a spot where we have a lot of depth. Hutchie is one of the better goaltenders who's been just perfecting his craft as well, and they're for us a great 1-2 punch.
All right, I will hand it off back to you, Chamberlain.
Brendan, you want to take it away?
Sure. Coach, just to follow up on Ripper's first question, post game, Hartley on both the TV broadcast and then post game, he really credited a lot to his working with Hutchie. Can you just talk about how well they work together in the offseason? Because a lot of times with a starter and a backup, they're both fighting for the starting job, but it seems like as they both want to be the starter, they also know that two of them combined are better than them just kind of constantly fighting against each other. Can you just talk about their relationship and how it's blossomed?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that goes, it says a lot about our entire team as well. My answer I'll give you is that the two of them and the room itself likes each other a heck of a lot. They all get along for the most part. And yeah, while we're all competing for floor time and power play time and this, that, and the other, they also understand that they're there if it's not their turn to support their teammates. So all through practice, we push each other to get better. The two of them push each other to get better. And yeah, Hutchie has, like I say, we talked to them at the start of the year that between the two of them, it was anybody's game. Hearts came away with winning the first start. He's earned the second start. And we kind of put that pressure on a lot of guys. And again, I know pecking order, people understand where they fit as far as, where they're stand in the depth chart. But these two especially push each other. At the end of the day, whoever's in net, they're going to support each other, and they always have. And that's a great start for two great quality guys.
And speaking of quality guys, you brought Jeremy Thompson in. You kind of got him late in training camp. How important was it to get a guy like Jeremy kind of late in a training camp and a guy that brings a veteran presence, but also brings a little more toughness to the back end?
Yeah, it was very important. And the one thing you did not say is on the faceoff side of things. Like I say, historically, we had Posty in here for a couple seasons, and he was really good and didn't want to play anymore. Last year, we brought in Sisselberger for that very same reason, to take some faceoffs, didn't want to play anymore this year. Jeremy takes faceoffs, but better than that, he plays. And that was a big factor of what we wanted and what we needed is we needed a guy, battle and pull that ball out and have the rest of our guys battle off the faceoffs. But we also needed him to play D. And his presence, who's won a lot of championships, just his demeanor and his compete level. Like I say, I've only known him from across the floor or in the other bench. And for lack of a better term, he's a prick to play against. And you know what? Now he's on our team. And that same compete level that I hated when he was wearing a different jersey, I think I love, and I think our rest of our teammates love. And he's going to be, as you said, he just brings a little bit of a little more FU on the back end of the side of the floor that we needed.
And then you guys had a couple bye weeks to start the season. Is that easier that you get, I guess, for lack of a better, like more training camp time because you guys have those buys? Was it better off, or were like the guys just like itching to get out on the floor when they're watching everybody else play 1-2 games?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if it's better. I think it might be better possibly than playing 11 games in a row like we did last year right off the hop. But I know for me, and I think for everybody, like I think we kind of felt left out those first couple of weeks and we were just chomping at the bit and we were full value for when it finally was our turn. And we just got to carry it forward and keep that momentum going.
Because probably the most important question to ask is, with the ownership change and now there's stability in the franchise, and it just seems like there's like this relief around the franchise that there's stable ownership, but not only stable ownership, good ownership. How has the transition been since the summertime with the new ownership?
You know what? Really good. And again, Dan's going to be able to speak more to that side of things. Us as a coaching staff and the players, and like I say, we as a staff, we kind of knew the rumblings have been there for a while. I don't think it really trickled down to the players until late in the season last year. But yeah, it is a huge sense of relief. And when we left Vancouver last year, and it's been said multiple times, like it was almost like I hate to say the word, but it might just be goodbye. And just to know that we're able to bring not everybody, but the core back, and continue to build off of the success or the building blocks that we've put together for the last 5 years is huge. I love this team. I love everybody in this dressing room, and I think it's our turn. It's our turn to, again, we compete and we fell short, but you know what? You got to sometimes lose to win. And I think our turn is why not now?
Great. Thanks a lot, Coach. A couple questions for Thomas. Thomas, Rip touched on this in his beginning part of the question, but you're really starting to develop a really good two-man game with Connor Fields, and now that you're an established player in this league, what is it like? You've got the MVP on the same side of the floor with you, and he's probably one of the most unselfish guys in this league. How has it been, your development with that side of the ball with Connor?
Yeah, I've been really lucky to play with him over the last 2+ years here, and coming into the league as a rookie, he's taught me a lot, and obviously he's one of the best, if not the best player in the league, and that helps me out a lot. He draws so much attention from the defense that they send a double to him, and I end up kind of open on the backside or something like that. But he draws so much attention, and he only needs just a little bit of space to score a goal, so he makes it easy over there, and really really grateful to play with him.
And a lot of times you see teams when they've got a lot of goal scorers, there's a lot of me first guys. You guys love sharing the ball, whether it's on your side, the opposite side with Lance, with Ryan, and now adding Zed in. Can you just talk about the offensive philosophy? Because watching you guys in San Diego for the first time with Zed in the lineup, you guys all clearly looked like you were having fun, but you guys were all unselfish. Like, how are you able to develop that rapport that you guys can be 5 guys unselfish with one ball?
Yeah, I think that's the key to the great offense is being unselfish, and I think that's something we've established over the past 2 years. And we got a bunch of guys that love being around each other. I think we're really tight, 8, 9 guys up there, and we all love to see each other succeed and see the team succeed. So as an offense, we want to swing the ball, we want to get the defense moving, and we have that 5 strong mentality where we all trust each other out there, whoever's out there together, and we know that if you give the ball to another guy, he's going to make the right decision with it. So we all trust each other to get the job done, and we just got to continue to build on that.
Great, thanks. I'm all set, Chamberlain.
Thank you, Brendan. Spencer, take it away.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing?
We're good there, Spencer. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm going to go off a little bit of what Brendan said. As you mentioned at the end of last season, following the loss to the Warriors in Vancouver, you guys kind of had to say goodbye to one another. Um, what are the emotions going to be like when you're pulling into the Blue Cross Arena on Saturday?
You know what? It's going to be nice. Like I say, it's our home. It's a home for a lot of these guys for a lot of years, and you know what? Like I say, we're happy to be back, and again, we're happy to play here in front of our fans. Yeah, we're just going to be full value at the end of the day here, and just use that emotion, whatever it's going to be, carrying on the floor here.
Thank you.
Got one for T-Mac before we wrap up here. So Thomas, one of the things during the last preseason game, I interviewed both you and Lanch, and Ryan said you are arguably the best lefty that he thinks in the league right now, just raw talent wise. Now I'll pitch one to you. Is Ryan Lanchbury the best passer in the NLL or one of the best passers that you've ever played with?
Yeah, I think so. Kind of building off what I said in the last question is we all trust each other, and I think he's might be the guy we trust the most with the ball. He's got unbelievable vision out there, and the one thing I um, kind of look to him as his calmness and his composure with the ball. Right, like whenever he has the ball, he's never in a rush. He never seems to be out of control. He's kind of always got the vision. He's always looking and making the right decisions with the ball. So. Especially coming from the left side and cutting across to the right side, you know, if you're open, he's going to find you. And yeah, he puts it right on the air every time. So really grateful to play with him for sure.
Awesome. Anything else from anyone before we wrap up? Seeing no extra hands, thank you everyone for joining us. Excited to see you on Saturday, 7 o'clock for the opening face-off against the Philadelphia Wings. Have a great rest of your day.